Hey guys, my name is Bethany. Thank you for joining me today on my channel. I wanted to do a quick video of just some information that I get asked all the time regarding adoption. How can I help? How can I financially help? How can I help families who are in the foster care system or who have adopted? I get a lot of emails regarding a video I did about an orphanage that we went to go visit about a year and a half ago, and I'm getting to the point where I can't keep up with emails. So I just wanted to put together a little video just with some information for you guys of just questions that are asked over and over again in these emails from people who watch the video. I'm going to link below the website of the orphanage that we visited. That is a common question that I get asked, is how can I help financially support the orphanage that I saw in this video. This orphanage is in Tecate, Mexico, which is about an hour and a half from Tijuana, hour and a half drive. And on their website they have a donation button that you can find. I also believe they have a PayPal account that you can send money to. A lot of people also ask me, I have a bunch of clothes, I have a bunch of toys, can I donate stuff to them that way? I don't think that they're going to turn down donations. I absolutely think you can do that. But I also know when you cross the Mexican border, or the Mexico border, sometimes you might get hassled about that kind of stuff. So when our family went, we did not bring any clothes or anything like that over the border because we were afraid that we might get in trouble for that. We were just being extra careful. So I don't know the exact laws. I do know they checked our back trunk to see what we had back there. I also wanted to say that when we visited the orphanage, I remember being there and there was this sidewalk where they had bags and bags and bags of clothes and toys. I mean, it was piled to the ceiling and it had not been gone through. So I think that they have a lot of that kind of stuff. I could be wrong. That's a thing that you just need to reach out to the orphanage. I haven't been in touch with them for a bit. And just ask them practically what they need. I know also that something that they mentioned when we went there was they needed like food and formula, diapers for the little babies, because they have a building for the little babies and then they have a building for the older children. So that is something that I get asked a lot. But certainly reach out to the orphanage and see what they say, because they might have a pressing need that has come up since we've been there. When we went to visit there, they had a trampoline, but the trampoline was broken. So Sean and I, my husband, we went to the Walmart in Mexico. We bought a trampoline, which is really affordable. I forget how much we paid for it, but it wasn't very much. And we set it up for them. So that was like a practical need, but if we hadn't gone there, we wouldn't have seen that that's what they needed. Something else that I get asked a lot is, I want to visit. Can I go visit? And they are actually very open to visitors. A lot of church groups go and help and serve there. So that's also another thing that if you maybe you're in California and you want to drive down there, you can absolutely reach out to them via their website and say, hey, I have a group of people or my family, we want to come and visit. That's how actually we got connected with them. I also wanted to say that another question I get asked a lot is, I want information about adoption. How did you adopt? What are the fees? What are all the criteria? I'm a single mom. Can I adopt a baby? All that kind of stuff. I don't really have a ton of information. We have actually not adopted from Mexico. When we went there, we just visited there. But I do know there's a guy who has a YouTube channel on YouTube, and his name is Mission Handy. He is from Mexico, him and his wife, and they actually do a lot of outreaches in Mexico. They do all sorts of stuff there with orphanages, and not just the one that we visited, but there's tons of orphanages there. And we actually got connected with this certain orphanage through his YouTube channel. He connected me with this gal who was the connect person for that orphanage. So if you're looking for more videos about adopting specifically from Mexico, I'd really encourage you to check out his videos. He has a lot of information. Mission Handy is his YouTube channel. I will link that down below along with the orphanage website. Another YouTube channel that I really enjoy watching, and there's a bunch of them on YouTube, but there's a gal and that has a big family. Her name is Angela, and her YouTube channel is called This Gathered Nest. She's also a really great resource for adoption, like the ups and downs of adoption. She's adopted internationally as well as domestically, and she's also, I forget everything she's done, but I would really encourage you to check out her videos, because that's been another encouragement to me. And if we ever do decide to adopt, then that's going to be a huge resource for me. Right now it's not the season because we have so many littles, biological littles at our house. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else, commonly asked questions. You can certainly send me an email if I did not cover anything in this video. I would say that when we did visit the orphanage with our family, it was so rewarding. It was very eye-opening. We have 5 kids, ages 11 all the way down to age, at the time he was a really little bitty, but he's almost 2. It was just really eye-opening for our kids, because we always talk about with them like the need and orphans and people, you know, that are just desperate for help. And for them it's kind of like, yeah, whatever, mom and dad, like whatever, you know. But for them to actually have seen it and to been there and to connect with the kids there, it was really rewarding. It was one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done, and to see all those little babies who need so much. So it definitely moved my heart for adoption. The one more thing I wanted to say too, for those of you who are still hanging on with this video, is there are many ways to help and support people who have adopted, who are in foster care. We had guardianship over a child for a whole entire year, and so I learned a lot about what is needed for someone who is in that season. And even if you're not in the position to help financially, maybe you have a lot of kids at home, but you have a heart for adoption or foster care, but you're like, maybe this is just not right to bring another child in because of different family dynamics. There's still ways that you can support families who are in that season. For example, when we had a little boy at our house, I had women from a group I was a part of, like a community, that came over and they took my laundry and they did my laundry. They would drop meals at my house. They wouldn't even ask me if I needed a meal. They would just come to my home. They would go to the front porch and just drop a meal off, and I'd be like, oh. Of course, I'd be having a hard day, and I'd be like, praise God, I have dinner provided for me. They can use prayer, they can use support, someone to listen to, and then also maybe you've been blessed financially and you can give financially to a family who wants to adopt, or maybe someone has 3 foster kids or 1 foster kid, and you can go over there and drop off a care basket with clothes and shoes or whatever that the foster child needs. There are so many ways that you can support, and so I really want to speak to the people that have a heart for adoption or foster care, but they're just not in the season where they can bring children in. Like, don't let that discourage you from helping, because there were people in our lives that truly carried us through the season where we had guardianship over a little boy, like just someone to call and pray with and just cry with and be like, I'm having a terrible day, I screamed at so-and-so or whatever. There's so many ways to support. So really just, I pray this encourages you and helps you realize that there are other ways to do that. And just ask God, like, God, how can I be a part of this? How can I support this? Maybe you know someone who wants to adopt, or know someone who has foster kids. There's so many ways to support those people, on top of the previous part of the video I talked about with supporting kids that are actually in orphanages. So, okay, this video is getting really long, so I'm going to cut it now. Thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions, you can email me. I'll put my email down there, and I'll try to answer it, but hopefully I covered all of it in this video for you. So have a great day, and thanks for listening. Bye.